Hey, friends. What's up, friends? Can you hear me? All right. Here's what's happening. I made a record. It's called Surplus. And I'm going to play the video for the first single, right now. But before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit more about what you're going to see. So the reason that this record exists is these songs were written at the pinnacle of the pandemic, or when the pandemic really hit in 2020. And I was living in New York City, and I escaped from New York City because at that time it wasn't fun anymore. Broadway shut down. I moved away from New York City because it was not looking good when this pandemic thing was happening. And I was actually starting to really get into acting, and I had some acting jobs and stuff, but the pandemic shut everything down. Broadway shut down. When Broadway shut down in 2020 in New York City, I couldn't. I knew that was a sign, or at least for me, it was a sign that things were going to change. So I escaped from New York City to an undisclosed location, and it was weird. It was really weird because I had this life in New York City, and I was close to people there. I was really close to people there. I still am, but distance kind of and time differences makes things more difficult to stay in touch with people. But anyway, it was weird. And I I had, I was working on some things when all of a sudden I found myself in isolation. You guys know what it's like. Everyone went through this. Everyone was in some form of lockdown at some point. And isolation makes you introspective, or at least it makes me introspective. And I'm already kind of introspective person, probably too much. In fact, I had to make it a point to get out of my head. Like, I actually actively have to get out of my head. It's one of the reasons why I do these live streams is to connect with people, get out of my head. So anyway, I was in New York City. I decided I couldn't stay there anymore, and I was isolated. And one of my friends, who I had been, he's a great friend. He's an entrepreneur, and he had started doing these meditation groups through what was it? Through WhatsApp, I think it was. I think that's how we did it. I've since stopped using WhatsApp, but I'm pretty sure it was through WhatsApp. So anyway, we did these meditation things, and it was good. It put me in a good state of mind. And my friend challenged me to do something. I don't remember how it came up, but I had this idea. See, I had started writing songs again in March. No, before that, I started writing songs actually in 2019 again. I don't need to go into the full long story here, but Um, I I I used to, be very active in the music scene, and I went through an existential crisis. In, um in around 2010, I went through this existential crisis and turned my life around 'cause I realized I was not going in the right direction with my life, and, so I stopped making music, and I turned my life around, and I did have a spiritual experience. I did have an encounter with it was literally a come to Jesus moment, Yeshua, Jesus. It was actually I did have an experience that turned my life around, and, so I was on this course, I changed my life. I stopped making music because part of the scene of making music is I had to get away from bars. I had to get away from alcohol. I had to get away you know, from that scene. Um, so anyway, so I stopped making music for a long time. But when that pandemic hit and I found myself isolated in 2020, and my friend who I was doing the meditation groups with kind of challenged me to do this thing where I decided to write a song every day for 100 days. And I wrote, so I, it was an exercise. It was a creative exercise. And, yeah, didn't, there was nothing to lose making music now. I stopped doing it. It's not financially lucrative to be an indie artist. It is not, you know, musicians are the only people who will spend thousands of dollars on music equipment, guitar, sound equipment, and, you know, drive drive their vehicle that, is usually like a van or a truck to get there to the gigs that, I don't know, cost them plenty. And they'll get to the gig and they'll do a gig for like free beer, you know? There's not a lot of monetary reward for at least, but that's not why we do it. We don't really create art to necessarily, you know, cash grab. Music and art is not a cash grab. You don't do it to get rich quick. But anyway, um, I had nothing to lose at this point. I started writing a song every day for 100 days. And to do that, to write songs like I wanted, that I felt it was just an exercise for me as an artist. To write the songs, I got into a hypnagogic state. That means I went to bed like at a, I don't know, reasonable time, 10 or 11-ish. And I woke up at 3 in the morning and I would write music while I was, half asleep. And that's what I mean by hypnagogic state. I was in a state of like in between awake and asleep, and you're in touch with your subconscious when you're in a dreamlike state. This is an exercise that I heard Walt Disney used to do it. I think Salvador Dali used to do it. I think Nikola Tesla used to do this too. But anyway, that's what I did. So I wrote these songs in the middle of the night, and and so I was doing this consistently, a song every day, 100 days, and in the middle of it, I got this I got this job, this marketing job, and I could no longer do this thing where I would get up in the middle of the night because it was hard to function, with a day job kind of situation if you didn't get any sleep. So I used AI to write half the songs. They're electronic songs, and that became the record that I put out. It's called Freedom Gain Precision Lost. And there I chose like 10 songs, but I had the lyrical songs that I actually, wrote and thought about more. And these are the songs that are on the record, the new record. The the songs that I wrote during that time, I chose 11. So this goes to 11. There's 11 songs on the new album Surplus. And that album will be out on January 7th. So this song is the first single from that song, and it is titled "The Love Cascade." The the release date on streaming services like Spotify is going to be December. It's going to be on streaming services December 24th, and you can pre-order it on November 26th. But right now, there is an NFT of this song. Then there's only 7. It's an edition of 7. So that is the inside scoop. There is an NFT. There's only 7. If you want to know more about how to get it, a good way, if you're interested in learning more about the NFT, is to talk to me on Discord, because there is a community there. So this is my I'm posting right now. You're seeing my name on Discord, Eagle Shark Anticork 1982. If you want to know more about the NFT. Okay. There's also a link let's see. You can go to safetymedia.com/xoxo, but there's also, hang on a sec. I meant to do this before, sorry. Here's where the video is. You're going to see if you want to watch it again. It's safenewmedia.com/surplus. Okay. All right. So I'm excited to show you guys. Of course I'm excited about this, because this is it's my art, I guess. I don't know how to articulate stuff like this. But the thing is, like, you make your music. If you're an artist, you make your art and you make your music, and you just have to do it. It's inside of you, and it just has to come out. And if you're lucky, someone will notice and be into it and respond and connect with you about it, because it should tap into emotions that are only personal to you. The personal emotions that affect you. When you hear the music, it should remind you of something in your life. It should bring back memories, or it should put you into a state of like interacting with the music, the sound, the lyrics. And there's something out of this world about that. I don't know how to explain it. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to play the song. And let me know what you guys think. All right. So the way I have to do it is it's too big of a file for me to play. So I have to count on the the connection being strong enough to do this. So my apologies in advance if there's any kind of interruption. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and just play it. All right. Here it is, the Love Cascade.
Don't think I haven't noticed you, they're misleading them like wandering stars. Even if there were time to spare, flinging broken, wandering shards of memories, reciting the script underneath the paradigm shift. In the last days of visions, apart from the love cascade. Motives met with the mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade. Moreover, I see your fear inflicted on mindless souls, finding fault with everyone, seducing to gain control. Your mouth speaks scandalous things, flattery manipulating. In the last days, divisions apart from the love cascade. Motives met with a mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade. In the last days, divisions apart from the love cascade. Motives met with a mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade. In the last days, divisions apart from the love cascade. Motives met with a mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade. In the last days, divisions apart from the love cascade. Motives met with a mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade. In the last days, divisions apart from the love cascade. Motives met with a mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade. In the last days, divisions apart from the love cascade. Motives met with a mark of Cain, apart from the love cascade.
Ta-da! All right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. And tell me if you don't like it, let me know why. If you do like it, let me know why. And I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions about if you have any questions about the NFT, let me know, because there's only 7 before before it comes out on the streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. When you get the NFT, that will make you eligible to get the there's going to be an NFT for the album that will unlock a world of opportunity to be part of a community, grow with me. And if I play shows, you can get in for free. Merch, all kinds of perks will come with it. All right. I appreciate you guys. I have spoken.